Hello.
Which city are you in now?
Perth.
Perth. Welcome to Perth.
Hey, Mary. Hello.
What is it on your hand?
It's a map that's rolled up.
Okay. What map did you do? Oh, wow. A
They should have
fantasy
got to-
island.
Look at the legend.
So there's a train track.
Look
What
at the
else?
ladder. There's a boat route, kayaking sites,
Yeah.
and the place where you currently are.
Wow. This is a fantasy island. Shoo!
There you go.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our new video. Guess where we're going this time?
We're flying all the way from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam to Australia. Woohoo!
But not just any part of Australia, we're visiting the super cool Western Australia.
Did you know Australia is divided into 7 big regions? There are 6 states and 1 territory. Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, and the Northern Territory.
They were divided like that because each part of Australia is really different in weather, land, and even how many people live there.
And some areas are full of cities, while others are more wild and natural, so it helps to split them up.
This trip, we're going on a road trip through Western Australia, from Perth all the way to Exmouth. That's a long drive, but so exciting.
In this video, we'll show you Perth, the capital city, and then drive to Jurien Bay to swim with the cutest animals ever, sea lions. Let's go!
Western Australia is not just big, it's massive. It's the largest state in Australia, and it has some of the most wild and natural landscapes in the whole country.
That's right. While places like New South Wales or Victoria have big cities like Sydney and Melbourne, Western Australia is way more open and natural.
The land here is very diverse. In the southwest, near Perth, you'll find rolling hills, forests, and green parks. But as you go further inland, it gets dry with deserts and rocky plains.
And here's something cool. The deserts in the west are super different from the forests in the east. The deserts in the west are hot, dry, and red with big rocks and almost no trees. But in the east of Australia, like in Queensland, there are rainforests that are green, wet, and full of animals.
So, how many people live in Western Australia? Even though Western Australia is the biggest state in the whole country, there are only about 2.9 million people living there. That's actually just around 10% of Australia's total population. But over 2.1 million of those people live in just one city, Perth, the capital of Western Australia.
Why? Because Perth has most of the things people need. Jobs, schools, hospitals, and it's near the ocean too. And the weather in Perth is pretty comfy. Not too hot, not too cold.
Whereas in other parts of Western Australia, it's a lot hotter and drier, especially the further north you go. Some places feel like summer all year, and there aren't many shops or houses around. It's really far from everything, so it's harder to live there. That's why most people stay in Perth. It's just easier and more comfortable for everyday life. Now I have a question for you, friends. Are the people living in Australia today the original Australians? The answer is not all of them. Most Australians today have families that came from other countries like the UK, Italy, Vietnam, or China.
But the original Australians are the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islander peoples, the First Nation of this land.
Aboriginal people have lived in Australia for over 65,000 years. That's way before any country even knew Australia even existed. But then in the late 1700s, European settlers arrived, first from England. They came looking for new land to live on.
And that's when things started to change a lot. The new settlers didn't ask permission. They took land and brought new laws the Aboriginal people didn't understand or agree with.
Sadly, many Aboriginal people lost their homes, their language, and their freedom. There were conflicts, even battles. Because both sides wanted the land, but only one was being listened to. For a long time, the Aboriginal voices were ignored. Their culture was nearly lost in some places.
But now, people are working to make things better. Schools are teaching more about Aboriginal history. Museums are showing their art and stories.
Alright, after leaving Perth, our family kept driving north toward a little town called Cervantes, and then onto Jurien Bay, where we get to swim with sea lions.
We were on the highway at sunset, and wow, the view was amazing.
At first, it was all orange, but then suddenly it turned pink, and even a little purple. It felt like we were driving through a painting.
So why does the sunset have all those different colors?
It's all about light and the air. During sunset, the sun is low in the sky, so its light has to go through more of the Earth's atmosphere. The air scatters the blue and green light first, so what's left are the warmer colors like red, orange, and pink. If the sky is clear, we see bright oranges. If there are clouds or dust, they reflect light and create purples and pink. So every sunset is a little different.
And oh, did you notice something? In Australia, we were driving on the left side of the road.
That's right. Australia is one of the countries where people drive on the left. But not every country does that. Some places like the UK, Japan, Thailand, and New Zealand also drive on the left, while countries like the US, Canada, Vietnam, and France drive on the right side.
There's no one single reason why some countries drive on the left side and others on the right. It's a mix of history, safety, tradition, and even politics.
Well, it started a long time ago. In the past, people rode horses and most held their swords in their right hand. So riding on the left made it safer. Later, countries like France and the US switched to the right side, especially after big revolutions when they wanted to break away from old traditions.
There are also safety reasons. Some say driving on the left helps drivers see traffic better, especially older drivers. But driving on the right also has its own benefits, like making it easier to drive in and out of the car on the sidewalk side. If you're visiting and used to driving on the other side, it can feel really weird at first. So drivers need to be extra careful and stay focused, especially at roundabouts and turns.
The next morning.
Morning, Mary and Manny.
Morning.
It's very early, right?
Yeah.
Are you still sleepy? Where are you going today?
Sea lion.
Oh yes, we're going to swim with sea lions. Are you excited, kitties? Okay.
Yeah, just like in that last video where we went to the whale shark. Guys, please subscribe that video and don't forget to smash that like button.
And hit all the buttons except the dislike button or the report button.
Okay. Okay. See you in.
And do some comments say I love you.
Oh, cool. Okay. We'll see you again.
Okay, now it's time to head to Jurien Bay. But to get there, we had to wake up super early, before the sun even came up. We jumped into our car while it was still dark, then took a short drive to Marina. From there, we got on a boat that would take us out to the sea.
Jurien Bay is a small coastal town in Western Australia. It's part of something called the Turquoise Coast. The area is full of coral reefs, small islands, and shallow bays, which makes it a perfect home for many animals, especially sea lions.
The sea lions here aren't in cages or shows. They live wild and free, just the way nature made it. But to keep it that way, we have to follow very careful rules when we visit.
When we got near the island, we weren't allowed to go up to it. There are coral reefs all around, and the island is a protected sea lion habitat.
So instead, we have to wait in the water close to the boat. and let the sea lions come to us. Only if they wanted to. We didn't chase them or try to touch them. We just floated and watched quietly.
If people break these rules, like trying to get too close or disturbing the animals, it can stress the sea lions or even make them leave the area for good.
Are you excited, Mary? Yep. You look like a sea lion already. Nói đâu? Are you okay, Mary? Are you okay?
Oh, nice. Get it on those four. Like, right. At 750.
What does he say?
This is our aunt.
Dạ. Anh Mary chừng nào anh thấy con đó thì hãy quay lại lấy Mary sau, ok? Mary mà không bơi, Mary cũng không có tiếp gì đâu đúng không con? Dạ, so just stay there, don't worry.
So, what exactly is a sea lion?
Sea lions are marine mammals, just like seals, but they're actually a bit different. Sea lions have little ears you can see, and they can walk on land using all four flippers. Meanwhile, seals don't have those ears flaps, and they wiggle on their bellies instead of walking. So sea lions are like strong, loud cousins of seals.
And speaking of loud, sea lions can bark like dogs. It's how they communicate. Sea lions mostly live along the coasts of the Pacific Ocean, like in Australia, California, South America, and New Zealand. Seals also live in some of the same areas, but they're found in colder waters too, like around Antarctica, the Arctic, Canada, and Northern Europe.
So both sea lions and seals like oceans, but seals are more comfortable in icy places, while sea lions prefer warmer coasts.
Fun fact, baby sea lions are called pups, and they can recognize their mom's voice in a big crowd. And sea lions are more social. They gather in large groups on beaches, bark loudly, and move around more on land. But seals are quieter and more shy, often resting alone or in small groups.
Yeah, how you feeling? We're going up snorkeling, not floating, okay? Alright, let's go.
You know what's interesting? There are actually several species of sea lions around the world, and each one lives in a different place.
Yep, There are 7 different species of sea lions in the world. Some are doing okay, living in the clean waters with lots of food, but some are in big trouble, like the California sea lions. They live along the west coast of North America, and there are still lots of them. Their population is pretty healthy right now.
The Steller sea lion, the biggest of them all, and the South American sea lion with males that have huge necks like a lion's mane aren't endangered, but their numbers have been going down, so they still need care. But the Australian sea lion, the one we saw near Jurien Bay, is actually endangered. That means there aren't many of them left, and they need a lot of protection.
And did you know, there was once a Japanese sea lion? They used to live near Japan and Korea, but they're now completely extinct. People hunted them too much, and their home areas were destroyed. No one protected them in time. That's why it's so important that we protect the sea lion species that are still alive today. We can't undo the past, but we can do better now by learning, caring, and teaching others to respect the ocean.
Right, Mary, you can get off too. Thank you. Ooh, that's the boat, Manny. Whoa, look at the dog.
Very
Hello, Mary. Nice to meet you. What are you going to name me?
Where's your baby? Where's your baby? Let me see.
Oh, this is my baby.
You can have the big one.
Oh, Mary will
Where
be
are
the
you
small
gonna
one.
name yours? I named him.
So that's the end of the first part of our road trip.
Manny, bye-bye, sea lions.
Bye, sea lions! And wow, what a special experience it was to swim with sea lions. We learned so much about these amazing animals and why it's so important to protect them in their ocean home.
Thanks for coming along with us today, but the trip's not over yet. Make sure to come back next week as we keep driving north. Our next stop is Greenough.
See you then!